Hey, what's up guys? It's Pete here with mixbetternow.com, and today I have a video series for you talking about mix bus processing. I always get lots of questions. How do you process your mix bus? What do you do on it and why do you do it? So I'm going to show you. But before I do, please do me a favor. Please hit subscribe, please hit like, and please sign up for the email list. We got lots of free things for you. We have free mix templates, free drum samples. We have free contests every month where you can enter to win free plugins, free microphones, things like that. So please take advantage of it. Okay, so I have a track pulled open here in Pro Tools. This is a track, a client of mine that I worked with a few years ago. His name is Ryan. It's kind of an indie hip hop track. I'm gonna play a little bit of it for you so you can hear what it sounds like. Here we go.
The year was 1968. The Beatles, Otis Redding, Gladys Knight. Another school in the Garden State. Two was having their prom tonight. A girl named Anna, corner of the room. Dark hair, dress maroon. Strong girl, eldest of four. Learned to clean and cook before playing sports. Daddy was a handyman and a war vet. Mother was a farm lady, an immigrant.
Okay, pretty cool track. Sounds really good. So yeah, I want to talk about my mix bus. All right. In this first video, I'm gonna break it up into a few parts here. But in this first part, I want to just kind of bypass everything I have going on, so you can hear what it sounds like in and out, and talk about the first part of my chain. But before I do that, there's two things that I want to point out. Firstly, is that everything that I have on my mix bus chain is there right from the beginning. Okay. So all of these things are in my template loaded so that when I get the tracks from a client and I'm pulling sessions in, they're ready to go. So I am mixing into these plugins straight from the start of my process. The reason being is that when I bypass everything, you're going to hear a pretty dramatic difference. Okay. Now it's just only because I'm doing quite a bit of lifting on the mix bus. Some people don't do that. Some people do no mix bus processing. No mix bus compression. It's a preference. I like to do it. I like the results I get, and I'm going to show you what I do. The other thing that I want to point out is I set up an auxiliary send before my master fader. So if you look at the bottom here, my submix, this is actually an auxiliary send going into mix bus, which is the master fader. I put the processing on the submix, and that's really only for gain staging and automation purposes. Okay, but all right, so I'm going to pull open the first plugin here. Actually, before that, let me bypass everything and show you what it sounds like in and out. So I am going to literally go through and click off everything and back on again.
The year was 1968. The Beatles, Otis Redding, Gladys Knight. Another school in the Garden State. Two was having their prom tonight. A girl named Anna, corner of the room. Dark hair, dress maroon. Strong girl, eldest of four. Learned to clean and cook before playing sports. Daddy was a handyman and a war vet. Mother was a farm lady, an immigrant. French, Canadian, Italian roots. Homemade crepes, pasta fazool. To the hotel she took the stairs, noticing Steve and his corduroy pants. To the bathroom amongst their peers. What a pickup line, a bathtub full of beers.
So we got quite a difference going on, but that's okay because we're mixing into this right from the beginning. So the first plugin I have on my chain pulled open here is this is the Virtual Console Collection from Steven Slate. What it is it's you throw it across all the tracks in your session and also on your mix bus, and it emulates the sound of recording and summing through an analog desk. I am using the Brit 4KE setting, which emulates an SSL. I have my drive set to 9, and I have the noise reduction on. Next up, I have my first compressor in the chain, which is it's an SSL G-Bus compressor from Universal Audio. And the first compressor in my chain, the idea is I want to have it handle a lot of the larger transients that come through in my mix. My kick drum hits, my snare drum hits, things like that. And it's kind of like my first glue stage, if you will. The settings I use is a 10 millisecond attack, nothing too fast, nothing super, super slow. I have an automatic release going on. If I don't use the automatic release, I usually set it to something faster, like the, like 0.1 seconds. But I do like the automatic release. And then I have a 2-to-1 ratio. So it's real gentle compression. I'm not doing any heavy lifting. It's like, knocking off 1 to 2 dB. My whole mix bus is, it's a bunch of things doing very, very subtle moves, and, they add up over the course of a mix. So no one thing is doing any heavy lifting, but I'm going to play this for you now, and I'm going to bypass it in and out so you can hear what it sounds like.
The year was 1968. The Beatles, Otis Redding, Gladys Knight. Another school in the Garden State. Two was having their prom tonight. A girl named Anna, corner of the room. Dark hair, dress maroon. Strong girl, eldest of 4. Learned to clean and cook before playing sports. Daddy was a handyman and a war vet. Mother was a farm lady, an immigrant. French, Canadian, Italian roots. Homemade crepes, pasta fazool. To the hotel she took the stairs, noticing Steve and his...
Okay, so nothing crazy here going on, just knocking off 1 to 2 dB with 10 millisecond attack, automatic release, and a 2-to-1 ratio. Now, you can do this with any compressor. It does not have to be an SSL. It doesn't have to be, any third-party plugins. You can do this all with stock plugins. The idea that I want to stress here is it's more of the concepts behind what I'm doing and not actually what I'm using. Next up in my chain, I'm using the virtual bus compressors from Slate Digital. Now, these are 3 compressors, obviously, but here I'm actually doing no compression with any of these. There's a very, very, very slight bit going on. I don't have the threshold all the way off on the FG mu, as you can see on my compression meter right here. There's like a little pinch coming through, but I mean the meter's not even really moving. Now, the reason I have this on here is more for the tonal character that it imparts on my mix, okay? When Steven and his guys modeled this, what they did was when they emulated like the transformers and the tubes and all of those analog intangibles, something really cool happened. And whenever you just pass audio through this plugin, I think, it winds up sounding really good. The FG mu on the bottom here, that isn't always on for me, okay? Sometimes I'll have it off, sometimes I'll have it on. The reason being is that when it's on, it imparts a bit of a high-end lift to your mix. It does add some brightness, and sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's not. It all depends on the tracks that you have. So I'm going to play a little bit for you. I'm going to bypass the FG mu in and out so you can hear that, and then I'm going to bypass the entire rack in and out. All right, here we go.
The year was 1968. The Beatles, Otis Redding, Gladys Knight. Another school in the Garden State. Two was having their prom tonight. A girl named Anna, corner of the room. Dark hair, dress maroon. Strong girl, eldest of 4. Learned to clean and cook before playing sports. Daddy was a handyman and a war vet. Mother was a farm lady, an immigrant. French, Canadian, Italian roots. Homemade crepes, pasta fazool. To the hotel she took the stairs.
Okay, very cool. Now I'm going to bypass the entire unit in and out.
The year was 1968. The Beatles, Otis Redding, Gladys Knight. Another school in the Garden State. Two was having their prom tonight. A girl named Anna, corner of the room. Dark hair, dress maroon. Strong girl, eldest of 4. Learned to clean and cook before playing sports. Daddy was a handyman and a war vet. Mother was a farm lady, an immigrant.
Okay, super cool. So as you guys can hear, I hope you're hearing what I'm hearing. It just kind of livens the mix up. It adds a bunch of stuff like warmth, punch, even clarity, top end, shine. It's got all that good stuff going on. So I really like what it's doing on my overall mix. In the words of Bob Horn, it is definitely a better button for me, and this will always follow my first compressor on my mix bus. So that's going to be part 1. Please head over to part 2 and check it out and hang with us.